Student, on the behalf of KTGM College Nasik and Department of Chemistry of this college, I am Dr. S.R. Labde, welcomes you to the lecture on coulometric method of analysis. Now we discuss Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Faraday's second law of electrolysis. What is second law of electrolysis? You are familiar with Faraday's both law. What is statement of second law of electrolysis? Faraday's second law of electrolysis, statement of the law is like this: when a same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solution, then the amount of substance liberated at respective electrode are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent, not electrochemical equivalent. Chemical equivalent means equivalent weight of the substances. Student, here this is a statement of Faraday's second law of electrolysis. In this case, when same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solution, the amount of substance liberated at respective electrodes are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent, means equivalent weight. That means here we can determine here, when we know the quantity of one substance, then we can compare, by comparing method we can determine the quantity of second element. Now here, suppose for example, we have, when we pass same quantity of electricity through different electrolyte solution, then why the material deposited at the electrode is different, and why those are proportional to their chemical equivalent, that we discuss here. Suppose for example, if we pass 1 Faraday electric charge or electric current through a series of solution containing silver first ion, copper second ion and aluminum third ion solutions. When same quantity, here we consider 1 Faraday as a quantity. When same quantity of electricity is passed through different electrolyte solution, the amount of substance liberated at respective electrode is directly proportional to their chemical equivalent or equivalent weight. How does it is related with equivalent weight? Suppose for example, a reduction of silver takes place by 1 electron. That means silver solid is obtained here. But if there are Avogadro's number of electrons of silver ion, then Avogadro's number of electrons are required and Avogadro's number of silver atoms are generated. And that is the equivalent weight of silver. That means if 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 number of silver ion are present, then same number of electrons are required and 6.623 into 10 raised to 23 number of atoms of silver are generated, and that is called as 1 gram equivalent of silver, or it is a equivalent weight of silver. You are familiar with equivalent weight. What is equivalent weight? It is a weight which reacts with 1 part by weight of hydrogen, 35.5 part by weight of chlorine, or 8 part by weight of oxygen. Or alternatively, we can also define as it is a weight which reacts with Avogadro's number of electrons. What is equivalent weight? Equivalent weight, now it is a weight which reacts with Avogadro's number of electrons. That means it is an equivalent weight. Here Avogadro's number of electron means 1 mole of electron, and that 1 mole of electron deposits 1 mole of monovalent ion, half mole of divalent ion, and 1/3 mole of trivalent ion. Similarly, here for example, we have copper 2 plus 2 electron, therefore it gives copper solid. In this case, 1 mole of electron means here 1 Faraday is associated with this much number of electron, that is a 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 number of electrons are present in 1 Faraday electricity. Therefore, here 1 Faraday electricity, same quantity of electricity will pass through silver solution, copper solution, but for copper is bivalent metal ion, 2 electrons are required. Therefore, with that same quantity, only half mole of copper is deposited. Half mole means 1 gram equivalent. Therefore, here in this case, 1/2 mole of copper is deposited, which is equal to equivalent weight of copper. Similarly, for aluminum, Al3 plus 3 electron, it gives Al solid. Here, when 1 mole of electron reacts with aluminum, then 1/3 mole of aluminum is deposited. 1/3 mole means equivalent weight of aluminum. That means here, when we pass that electricity through silver nitrate solution, then weight is corresponding to 108. Here this weight is corresponding to 63.6 divided by 2 equal to 31.8 gram, and here it is proportional to 27 divided by 3 means 9 gram. That means here 108, 31.8 and 9, that is the equivalent weight of silver, copper and aluminum respectively. This is the Faraday's second law of electrolysis. When same quantity of electricity means total electric charge is same, number of electrons present in that electric charge is same, but for reduction process different number of ions are different number of electrons are required. Therefore, for silver it is monovalent, for copper it is divalent, and for aluminum it is trivalent. Different number of electrons are required for reduction process, and therefore amount of substance liberated is proportional to their electrochemical equivalent. This is a Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Student, we solve one problem based on this. A current of electricity is passed through a series of cell containing a current strength. A current of electricity is passed for 17 minutes through a series of cells containing a silver nitrate, copper sulfate and sulfuric acid solution. If the amount of silver deposited is 0.721 gram, then what is the amount of copper deposited? Amount of copper deposited. Here same quantity of electricity. Here current strength is unknown. Therefore, a current of electricity is passed for 17 minutes through a series of cells containing silver nitrate, copper sulfate and sulfuric acid solutions. Therefore, if the amount of silver deposited, amount of silver deposited, is 0.721 gram, then what is the amount of copper deposited? This problem is based on the Faraday's second law of electrolysis. Here same quantity of electricity is passed through three different electrolyte solutions. Therefore, amount of material liberated at respective electrode is directly proportional to their chemical equivalent. Now we solve this problem. Suppose for example, when 1 Faraday electricity is passed through silver nitrate is passed through AgNO3 and CuSO4 solution, then 108 gram of Ag is deposited, while that at that electricity 31.8 gram of copper is deposited. If 1 Faraday electricity is passed through silver nitrate and copper sulfate solution, 1 Faraday deposit 1 gram equivalent. Therefore, 108 gram of silver and 31.8 gram of copper. Equivalent weight of copper is 31.8. It is bivalent. And therefore, here for 1 Faraday this much amount of material is deposited. Here in the problem we are unknown about quantity of electricity, but when silver is deposited 0.721 gram, then how much amount of copper is deposited? Therefore, we have a relationship 108 gram deposition corresponding to 31.8 gram deposition of copper. Therefore, how much will be copper deposited when this much silver is deposited? Therefore, amount of copper deposited is equal to 0.721 gram into 31.8 gram divided by 108 gram. And by solving this, we have this quantity equal to 0.213 gram of copper. Therefore, here 108 gram of silver corresponding to this much gram of copper. Therefore, 0.721 gram of silver corresponding to 0.213 gram of copper. In this way, we can also utilize Faraday's second law of electrolysis for quantitative determination of analyte when we have to measure the different electrolyte or different analyte from a different electrolyte solution. we can pass same quantity and we can measure the different types of analyte present in the solution. Student, now we discuss the terminology which are used in the electrolysis process. First term is Coulomb, that is a unit of electricity. Second is electrochemical equivalent. Then we have to discuss here what is chemical equivalent. What is chemical equivalent? Chemical equivalent is a equivalent weight of substance. Chemical equivalent. It is a equivalent weight of substance. Now chemical equivalent is the amount of material deposited or liberated by 1 Faraday electricity or 1 Faraday electric charge. Therefore, that is called as chemical equivalent. Chemical equivalent means that is the amount of material deposited by 1 Faraday electric charge, and 1 Faraday means 96500 Coulomb. You are familiar with this figure. 1 Faraday is 96500 Coulomb. Now how this quantity comes? We know that, suppose for example, we have monovalent metal ion like silver. Single electron is required, then single silver atom is deposited. If Avogadro's number of silver ion are present, then Avogadro's number of electrons are required and Avogadro's number of silver atoms are formed in a reduction process. Therefore, this is called as equivalent weight of silver. This much atom, this is a solid, this much number of atoms of silver means equivalent weight of silver. This much atoms are reduced by using this much number of electron. Therefore, here as a charge on the electron is known, therefore number of electron into charge on electron, and charge on electron is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 into 1.6022 into 10 raised to minus 19. That is a Coulomb, which is a charge on the electron, and product of this equal to 96500 Coulomb. Therefore, here 1 gram equivalent means that is a substance deposited by Avogadro's number of electron, or that is a substance deposited by 96500 Coulomb of electric charge, or equivalent weight, that is a substance deposited by 1 Faraday electricity. Student, we also solve one problem based on determination of this chemical equivalent. Here 20 ml potassium dichromate solution is reduced by iron second, which is electrolytically generated by reduction of iron third, and for reduction process a current of 200 milliampere is passed for 25 minutes. Now here we have to find out what is the normality of potassium dichromate. Now in this case, potassium dichromate is an oxidizing reagent. It easily reacts with this iron second, so that iron second is converted to iron third. But this iron second is generated electrolytically in the solution by reduction process. Here reduction of iron third is carried out for generation of iron second. And here whatever the electric charge is required for this purpose is a current strength of 200 milliampere, and it was passed for 25 minutes. Now our question is, what is the normality of potassium dichromate solution? Student, here we know that normality means number of gram equivalent present in 1 liter. What is normality? Normality is a number of gram equivalent of the substance present in per liter of solution. Therefore, here we have to find out number of gram equivalents of potassium dichromate present in the liter of solution, that is the normality of potassium dichromate. Here in the problem, 20 ml potassium dichromate is reduced by iron third, and iron third generated by using current of 200 milliampere, and it was flowing for 25 minutes. Therefore, quantity of electricity is equal to Q is equal to I into T. Now in this case, I should be in ampere, therefore it is 0.200 ampere into time 25 minutes into 60 seconds. And here Q is equal to 300 coulomb. Quantity of electricity is 300 coulomb. Therefore, here we can find out how much amount of potassium dichromate reacts with 300 coulomb. Since 1 Faraday, 1 gram equivalent of K2Cr2O7 reacts. Therefore, 1 Faraday means 96500. 1 Faraday means 96500 coulomb. Therefore, 300 coulomb corresponding to how much? Therefore, here 300 divided by 96500, which is equal to, here we calculate this figure, that is 3.103 into 109 into 10 raised to minus 3 gram. Here we can find out amount of potassium dichromate which reacts with 300 coulomb electricity and which is equal to 3.109 into 10 raised to minus 3 gram of potassium dichromate. But this much amount is present in 20 ml. But we have to find out that quantity present in 1 liter, that is the equivalent weight. Therefore, here since 20 ml contain 3.109 into 10 raised to minus 3 gram potassium dichromate. Therefore, 1000 ml contain how much, which is equal to 3.109 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 1000 divided by 20. And when we calculate this value, this comes equal to 0.1555 gram per liter, and which is equal to 0.1555 normal K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate. Therefore, in this way, we can also determine the strength of the solution by measuring the quantity of electricity. Here, this is a problem based on determination of strength of solution. We can determine the normality of potassium dichromate solution by using this formula. Student, now I will give you a home assignment. You can solve the different questions as well as some problems. Home assignment. Number 1 question, distinguish between electrogravimetry and coulometry. Explain need of coulometry. Number 3, state and explain Faraday's law of electrolysis. State and explain Faraday's law of electrolysis. Again, state and explain following terms. State and explain following terms. Number 1 is electrochemical equivalent, Coulomb and Faraday. And you can also solve similar type of problem by using different references. Student, with this I thank you.